Hello everybody, my name is CoreyAction. Today I'm here for another video. This is a redirect to Danny Phantom Season 1 Episode 9. I think the title was My Brother's Keeper. That episode was something else. Now I know I talked so highly about Episode 6. I talked so highly about Episode 7. I even said Episode 8 was good. But Episode 9... First of all, I gotta reminisce of how far I came with this show. I mean, I started watching this in 2019. I restarted watching this in 2019, or was it this year? I can't even remember. But I do know for sure that throughout the days of me watching Danny Phantom, I never thought, spoiler, just in case there are a few people that just never watched Danny Phantom. Just in case, because yes, it's true that the show is old and everything, but just in case nobody has seen Danny Phantom before and is also interested in watching the show and such forth, spoilers. Jasmine saw Danny turn ghost. Now, if you have not caught up to the episode, long story short, Sam and Tucker are the only people in the show so far, the only characters that knows that Danny can turn ghosts. Now, Sam, Tucker, and wait, hold on now. Jasmine, his sister, knows that Danny can turn ghosts. Now, Jasmine, she had every right to be acting that way, and sure enough, Sam and Tucker honestly thought that you could fool her, but she's too smart. Especially when Tucker it was a dead giveaway. I mean, he didn't know. And the reason why is because I think in this episode, Tucker was like, we are his friends, and what secrets that he said we won't tell or such forth. So that put 2 and 2 together. So this is a secret. Obviously, Dan is not going to just tell anybody. So, and even if he does trust you, it takes more than that for him to tell a secret like that. So for the fact that now Jasmine knows, and you know something too, something tells me in my mind that Danny knows that Jasmine knows. Like, he thinks that he's able to fool her because his hair is silver and his eyes is the color green and such forth. I mean, it all goes back to episode 7, Bitter Reunions. I mean, how is it that Vlad was not able to tell that was Danny? It wasn't until after he transformed back from being injured where he was like, oh, that's Danny? Interesting and such forth. I mean, of course, obviously, we will be able to tell. We watched the episode. I mean, it's not that much of a difference. But when you see a person, I mean, come to think of it, you know a person very well for their brown eyes and for their black hair and such forth. But when you see them again, you realize that the eyes are silver and their hair is silver. They look like a completely different person. So when you think of it in that way, it makes me want to cut them some slack, because even though Danny doesn't really look all that different, he doesn't look the same either. So, but yeah, that episode happens to be one of my favorite. Like, if I was supposed to list like my top 5 favorite, this episode 9 would be my favorite for sure. Episode 9 and episode 9 and I'm going to say episode 6, just because I had a lot to say in that episode. I'm just going to put out episode 6. There are a lot more episodes that I intend on watching in the future, of course, and as I watch it, perhaps there's going to be an episode that replaces episode 6, and maybe, or perhaps there's going to be an episode that replaces episode 9 of being the greatest, if I can ever name top 5 episodes. But yeah, this episode was definitely something, and I already said as well that every time when we see a new character that has not been talked about or has not been hyped up or etc., I'm going to always assume that they are ghosts. I mean, even if it was an exchange foreign student that just transferred schools, I'm going to assume that they're ghosts. Especially when they don't even appear in every episode. Come on now. But this episode was really good. I actually enjoyed this. I like this episode. This episode is my favorite, hands down. Hands down, this episode is my favorite. Like, who would have thought that that Jasmine would see Danny turn ghost. I honestly thought that I wouldn't see it until the end of season 1, and I thought that would have been more or less like a cliffhanger. But no, I actually was able to see that happen in this episode. I was actually able to see that sooner rather than later. I felt like that was a bit too soon, but hey. Now, how is Tucker and Sam gonna play in the mix? I don't think they're gonna play a significant role as far as Jasmine knowing, because at one point Tucker and Sam actually thought that they was able to fool Jasmine, but like I said at the very beginning, she's too smart for that. But this definitely was a good episode. I have to admit, this was a really good episode, and for sure I gotta watch other episodes as well. I have to watch other episodes, So, of course, I know I said in my reaction. By the way, it's in the description box down below. So if you don't want to hear my commentary of the episode overall, then just watch it down below. Just watch my reaction, that is. But I gotta watch episode 10, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that until I do everything else. I have to find some sort of a balance. If you understand what I'm trying. Can't speak right. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to find a balance. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say there. So anyways, I'm gonna upload American Dragon, and I'm warning you right now. When I upload American Dragon, Jake Long, by the way, the episode is loud, is good, but my audio on the other hand, well, you got what you want. I mean, there's a bit of people complaining about my Bleach reactions and how I always talk over them and such forth. I mean, it's a reaction. I'm gonna talk over it regardless. But yeah, well, you got what you want, because my audio acted up, so you most likely will be able to hear the episode rather than my voice. So I don't know if I should upload it. So if I do decide not to upload it, and if anybody just asks, whoa, you skipped this episode, I'll explain to you. And then if you still want me to upload it, then I'll just upload it. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and yeah, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all later.